Hey everyone, so today me and the lovely Lou Collins, who designs Textures brand, we decided to do a collaboration together. So I've got this wonderful die set from her collection which I chose, and she has chosen one of my mechanisms. So we've gone for an underwater theme, so in the description box below this you'll see the link to Lou's video, so you can go and watch that next. And for anybody who's watching today, you will be able to take advantage of 20% off anything from mine and Lou's collections. So the code will be coming up now, collab20. So it's a great offer and it's only valid for I think 48 hours. The details will all be below. So yeah, if there's anything you've had sitting in your basket from either of the brands, then this is a good time to check out. So this one here is the deep blue Porthole die set. That's a bit of a mouthful, Lou. I'm trying to say that one. And what I thought when I saw this one is this is going to look really good on my 3D display cards and stand set. And then what I thought, I've got this set here which is from a Sheena paper pad and it's Treasures of the Deep, but it's got these lovely backgrounds. So I've gone ahead and cut everything, and what I've done is in here I've got all bits and pieces as well. So I've cut bits from Lou's die set as well, and I'll go through all of that in a moment. So this one here, if you've already made the display cards, then you'll know exactly what you want to do, but you want to cut 3 of the longest one here in the die set. Actually, if I just take this off here, you can see. So 3 of this large die here. On 2 of them, there will be, you can see maybe through the plastic, there's a little arrow, and it's about the 7th, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, it's the 7th tooth up from the flat end there. You just want to cut right across, and you do that on 2 of them. Okay, and what I've already done is I've just gone over the score lines on my scoreboard, and I've just ran tape, double-sided tape, down all of those, and I've also added a little curve into the card. You'll see they're all quite bouncy. You also then want to die cut yourself one of these ones here, and 2 of this largest semicircle here, or semi-oval. So I've got the base there again. I've just gone over the score lines and I've folded all of that. This is all a 300 GSM smooth cardstock, and there's those 2 there. Those 3 plus a short one, that's all for your base. So I'm going to pop that all to one side and we'll come to that later. For the actual main circle, you want 1 long one and 1 that you've trimmed. And then here, what I've done is taken the largest circle from the set and I've cut it in that paper. I've just chosen one from the pack. And I've also cut it in the same white cardstock. Stuck those together. I've done that last night, so it's already had, you know, a good time to dry, and it's solid. So that's the back of the card. And then I've taken the same largest circle with the scallop circle, stuck them together so I've got a nice border, and then passed that through to give me this frame. So that's everything to make the circle shape. I did think I might add acetate to the front of this, but I'm actually going to, I think if I'm going to use as much as I've cut here, it's quite nice to have it a little bit more tactile so you can actually, you know, look inside the card. I'll just show you this style here. I made this during a Facebook Live, and I do plan to do a voiceover and get this uploaded onto the channel. But this one here, you can see the acetate on the front, and this one lights up. If I just turn on the batteries here, so you can see there the lights. I've got some photos on my Facebook page. I've made this one for myself. This is a display piece for my craft room, just to remind me of this little mini paper collection that I brought out. So by adding the acetate, you know, it does conceal everything, and you can have obviously elements shaking around inside. I might still add some of these little beads. Again, if I do, I'll show you all that later. But I thought with this one, I'm going to keep it open just so you can see inside a bit more. But if you want a piece of acetate, then you just want to cut that same larger circle there. These ones here, these are for your the panels that you can stick around the circle inside to then build up your scene. So the seaweed here with the seahorse and stuff, those are all attached to these pieces. So you can see here I've stuck them back to back, fold out the bottom parts, and I've got quite a few in there. I wasn't sure how many I'd need. And then you've got your swinging dies there if you want to have a swinging element, which again works really well for that under the water theme. You know, you could have a little dolphin swimming or something. These are your mats and layers as well. I've just cut just the smallest, or was it the meat? No, it's the next size down, and that's where my sentiment will be. Then in Lou's set here, I've cut the main ring here. So that will be at the back. Imagine that's going to be like so. And this is going to sit perfectly, and it gives you that really cute little scallop detail, which isn't particularly under the water kind of themed, but I thought it looked quite sweet. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then you get in the set, you get your little dies here that make these tiny little screws. So I've already cut them using a double-sided tape, and you can see them all in there. I've also cut the boat, the shark, the jellyfish I've cut in vellum. Thought that looked really cool. And then the plate that you get in the set, it's handy having it on that one plate, because I just passed that through about 7 or 8 times in all different coloured green card. And then I've got that mix there. Also, another thing, a good little kind of tip if you're doing any kind of nautical scenes, is this is using sandpaper. So I die cut this die here, it's just in the background, to create like the seabed or a wave. I've cut that a few times in the sandpaper, and that's going to probably be connected like so and be just inside along the bottom, so you'll see that kind of part of it. So those are all the pieces. So I've got everything, like I said, I've got it all ready. That's the portion you cut away there. Actually, you can see the arrow. Just realised I've got that piece there, just on the end there. So it's really easy to know what you've got to do. So what I'm going to do first of all is take this one here, and because I've already stuck the pattern paper on, I'm going to stick this one. Oh, I'm just thinking actually, because I should have stuck that down. Because what you want to do is stick this onto here, so it all goes around the inside, but I've prepared too soon. So what I think I'm going to do is add some more tape, stick this on the back, and then I'll just stick another circle onto that in a moment. So I'll just grab my double-sided tape. I only need to do it on the back one there and on this piece as well. So I'm just going to run my tape all along there. You can just see how I did that other one then. And just trim that off. There we go. I'm just going to take the backing off, and then I'm going to take this one here. Now because this is directional, I've got the seaweed kind of at the bottom there. I like to have the joins kind of on the side, so I'm going to attach this one like so, and then I'm just going to just pinching it at the back there. Okay, and then I'm just going to stop there. And then I'm going to attach this one. So let's grab my glue here, run that along there, and then I'm just going to, oh, I didn't add the tape on this one. Just add that along here. Again, just take that backing off. There we go. So now that one's going to stick just underneath there. Like so, and then you can just continue sticking that down, and that tape I'll just peel off the back when I go to stick down the other circle. So I'm just going to run my glue along there, and then if you just grab your bone folder there and just go around and just apply a bit more pressure. Okay, so next I want to attach this one here, and that's going to really start to, create that stronger circle. So I'm just going to take the backing off now, the top. Okay, and then I like to start from a join and just pinch that like so, and then just work your way around. You'll see there it all joins nicely together, and then I can stick this one on the top. Make sure I get this the right way up. So I'm going to, I can see where that's going to cover, so if I just keep my glue, I'm going to use the construction glue actually. I'm just going to focus it on the outer side there of the circle. So if you wanted to add the acetate, stick the acetate down first, then this scallop frame on top. Or you could put the acetate on top of the scallop frame if you wanted that behind it. It's entirely up to you. So just lay that down so I've got a nice even border. Now I've said before, you could have it more like a pond, so you could keep it like this, and you could actually, when I go to make the stand, I'll show you, but you could connect the stand underneath. That looks really fun as well. But I'm going to keep it like so, just give that a minute to dry. And then I think I'm going to stick down all of the little screws there. So I just stuck a piece of double-sided tape onto the back of some silver mirrored card, and then just die cut it. And it's just turned these all into little stickers. Now when I peel the backing off, oh, like so, it's a little fiddly. That is now a sticker. So I'm going to put one at the very bottom And I'm going to do one at the top, and I'm going to do one in there, one there, and then one in between those ones, so then they're all nice and even. Okay, so they're all stuck down. Then I'm going to stick the shipwreck first, and then I'm going to stick one of these right down behind, so it's like it's sunk into the sand, and then the shark can be higher up. And I might put some holographic card on the top part of the little jellyfish there. I might have one attached to one of these little supports, and then maybe another one kind of down here, and slightly attached to the seaweed as well. So we'll have 3 of them, and I'll put the shark up on a little bit of foam as well, I think. So I'll just show you how to attach one of these, because what I'm going to do is have this portion slightly like going up to the left, and then I'm going to have the last one just slightly, I'll show you that way, going up to the right there. So you can attach whatever it is onto these first if you want. So in this case it'd be quite easy to do so. So if you've got lots of you know, individual pieces, you might want to do them, stick this first and then attach everything to it. Okay, the curve of this is exactly the same as the curve of the circle, so it all fits nicely. And then so that's the bottom. So I'm going to have this one. I'm just going to butt that end there up to the back of the card, and then just push that down like so. And then, like I said, I'll show you this one, and then you know how to attach all the others. Then you can have them anywhere you want on the circle. So again, just stick that one onto there. And the idea is that you kind of hide them, you know, behind whatever it is you're sticking down. And I always do them in the same colour as this card, so that they, you know, blend better as well. So if you've done all these, say, in black, and then you put them against the white, you're going to seal the pieces easily. But if I'm adding those little stones as well that I showed you, then they will cover, you know, quite a lot. So this one, I've butted the front one up to the front of the card. Okay, so now I've got all of those as a platform as well to start sticking, you know, more of the seaweed onto. Before I do that, I'm going to show you how to connect and stick the base together. So take the backing off of one of the sides. I always like to start with the flat end. You've got your tab end and then the flat end. And I'm just going to take one of these and just stick the corner down so it's all flat, okay? And then you've got quite a bend at the bottom here, so again, make sure you curve that cardstock before. Get around that initial kind of bend, and then just pinch in with my right hand the teeth onto the back of this piece, and just using my left hand as a guide. Just make sure you keep it right up to the edge there, and then as you get round to the end again, you've got quite a bend, so just you'll see that last tooth fits perfectly under the very edge, and then that should run nice and flush, the tab, because you can keep this open as a box. You could put some gifts in there, or like I showed you with the other one, the battery pack, or you can completely close it off. I think I'm going to close this one off because I've got, you know, no need to put a gift or anything in this one. And then again, take the backing off of that one and do exactly the same. Just pinch it down like so it's nice and straight, and then work your way around. The second one is always a little bit easier because the shape's already been created from the other one. And then again, just bring that one round. I've got just a little bit of sticky tape now, just put that under. There we go. And then with this one, I'm going to add some glue all along the tab. Connect this one together. And now, because I'm sealing this off, I'm going to add glue all down here, here and here, and stick the sides all in like so, and then it can all attach itself to it. But if you want to keep it just like a box, then you leave it as it is, and that's all ready now to stick that on. So I'm just going to add the glue on there. I think I'm going to use the construction glue now, because that's just going to make that really secure. Okay, so if you wanted to add lights, you'd have to punch a hole in the middle of this piece before you stick it together. But I've already got tutorials showing you how to add the lights, so I will link that up here. So going back to the base, if you wanted to, you could have this attached so it looked like this. I think that looks quite cool. But I'm going to keep this the traditional way. So again, just want to make sure I've got my little screws there as my guide. But that's how it's going to attach itself onto here. So I'm going to use hot glue to stick that down in a minute. I'll just quickly do the sentiment as well. So this is going to stick on the top here. I'm going to build up again more seaweed and stuff outside of the card as well, because I like doing that. And then I've cut from, again, loose die set, Make Waves, because this card will eventually go to someone, but right now I don't know who. So I'm just going to have Make Waves. And I think that fits and looks really nice. I love how thin they are. So I've done them in the black. And what I've done is I've cut them using double-sided sheets, sticky sheets again. So I've just put some foam on the back of this one, because I thought it looked quite nice, just slightly lifted. So I'll stick that one down. Like so. And then on the back of these, again, there's that double-sided sticky sheet. So they're very delicate. You could just pop a little bit of glue with a fine tip, you know, easily, or put a little bit on like your mat and then just dab the dye over the top. But you see there how quickly and easily that comes off, and then you just got that little sticker. So I'm just going to sit the waves next to it just so I can see where this one needs to go. So everything is all in place, and now I'm going to, like I said, get the hot glue gun on and stick all that seaweed down, and I'm probably going to use some of my accent glaze as well. Okay, so that is everything stuck down and the card finished. I think it looks beautiful. I had so much fun with this, and more is definitely more with seaweed. I used every single one that I cut, and I love that you can just see, you know, the little tops of the shipwreck there. You can see the shark, and then we've got the 3 jellyfish, and I've just used this like iridescent glitter card. And then I'm just going to add, just for another little texture, some of my accent glaze, and I'm just going to do some bubbles just coming up from the shark there. Again, you won't see these too much like through the camera, but in person these little details are there. And again, they go on cloudy, but they will dry clearer. I'm just doing a few right down amongst all the seaweed there. You do some real tiny ones that literally just so it just touches the card there, and different sizes. There we go. I think that just ties everything together. So I've loved making this, and I think it's just a nice way again to show you how to, you know, use the die with other things. It doesn't have to all be from the Made to Surprise range. It can be from anything in your stash, you know. So you might already have this frame that Lou's made. And hello to anybody coming over from Lou's channel, welcome. And I hope you enjoy, you know, some of the cards and things that I share here. I'll just bring it up a little bit closer. There's just so much to look at. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed making this one. So I'm just going to leave that flat now so that can all dry. So thank you for watching today. I will have all of the links to the product that I've used in the description box below, along with Lou's video. So like I said, if you're watching this first, head over there next and see what Lou's sharing. And again, I'll have that code coming up now. So it's 20% off the Made to Surprise and the textures range. There are exclusions, but I think because it's only our 2 brands, there is an exclusion off of die machines, and I do have my mini die cutting machine, so you wouldn't be able to get the 20% off of that. But I believe everything else there, you'll be able to enjoy that 20%. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.